Hey cousins, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl So Cosmic and this is my cosmic life. Let's get into a general read for the divine feminine. Okay, so whether or not you are on a twin flame journey, but do consider yourself a divine feminine, this reading is for you. Keeping in mind that feminine and masculine energies are not exclusive to a particular gender, so you can very well be a masculine here, identifying as being the divine feminine in your life. Okay. But yeah, it's going to be a general reading. It will not resonate for everyone. So please take what resonates and leave what does not. All right. I got a couple of oracle decks. We're going to pull a couple cards and kind of get some general messages. We will do some tarot and kind of dive into what you need to know about your journey right now, where you are on your path, and kind of go from there. All right. So let's just get into it. Holy Divine Spirit, Most High God, Source of all creation, please give me some clear and accurate messages for the Divine Feminine. What does the Divine Feminine need to know right now on their journey, on their path? Messages of enlightenment. What are the messages for the Divine Feminine, please, Spirit? Let's see what we have here. We have the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Definitely feel like there's some things going on in the background that you just don't know. Things could be feeling very uncertain right now, which is very typical, especially if you are on a twin flame journey. It's confusing as fuck. Okay, it's confusing AF. And while things don't seem to be moving in a linear or progressive way visibly, there's always things being orchestrated in the background, and often that is dependent on you focusing on yourself, focusing on your journey, raising your vibrations, getting into your purpose, learning your lessons, and integrating your shadow aspects in order for those pieces to be strategically placed in the background when it comes to your divine counterpart. We also have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. So often, again, knowing more about yourself, seeing the mirror in your partner or the people around you helps you learn more about yourself. At least it should be. And if you're not seeing yourself in other people, even the ones who do you wrong, or even if your counterpart betrays you in some type of way, just the ugly parts of people, the less pleasant parts of people, if you're not seeing your reflection in that behavior, and why you allow that maybe in your life, why do you accept those types of behaviors, to be treated a certain type of way, then you're not doing the work. You are really completely missing the lesson. Okay. Under the deck we have act as if your partner is here. So for some of you, if you're in separation, again, that focus on yourself, raising your vibration, is what puts you on the frequency of attracting the person into your life. Okay, whether you know who your twin is, or there's a counterpart out there, a soulmate, some type of higher level contract, when it pertains to love, you have to embody what it is that you're wanting to attract. Okay, and it says that whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. All right, let's get a twin flame ascension card, a couple cards here. Messages for the collective, divine feminine collective, please. Messages for the divine feminine. And I'm going to have to read from the book on these, okay? These are pretty detailed in an intricate way, like a specific way that they are supposed to be read. Let's see. What are the messages for the Divine Feminine, please? Thank you. We have trust. 4. The number 44 could be of significance to you. Let's see, what color is this? Yeah, they're like color coded. It's really hard to find in the book even. I hate to do that and say that type of review on camera, but it's the truth. It's hard to kind of figure out where to find trust. Ask, listen, allow. You are a bright light with innate intelligence that lies deep within your soul. This card is reminding you to trust this celestial wisdom. Your higher mind is in control of your every heartbeat. Without conscious thought, it orchestrates the waves of your breath that harmonically flow in and out. This card suggests that you make the intentional effort to trust yourself and your journey. Ask for guidance, listen for solutions, and allow the process to unfold. This will help you let go of fear and stop worrying, waiting, or wondering about your future, which pulls you out of alignment with your heart. Lack of trust blocks you from going forward on your divine path. Over time, the more trust, the more you can release. It says the more you trust, the more you can release. This is an unfolding process that will help you attain greater awareness. Making a conscious effort to let your higher intelligence handle your challenges helps you develop trust and makes your journey a more enjoyable experience. So yes, that trust, that if you're pouring into yourself, trusting yourself, focusing on your journey, trusting that things are going to be unfolding in the background. Things are being orchestrated and that chessboard is being played strategically just by you doing exactly what you need to do. Trusting with yourself, okay? And getting to know each other. We said that, right? Getting to know each other with that mirroring effect. If you're trusting yourself, then you can trust your partner. If you don't trust your partner, if you don't trust yourself, you don't trust others. You're always in this energy of trying to control the outcomes or trying to brace for the impact, controlling that outcome, how others treat you. You don't have control over any of that. You have to trust yourself that even if bad things happen, you trust yourself to know that I am equipped, I am intelligent enough, I am emotionally intelligent enough, I am mature enough to navigate this in a way that's going to be healthy for me. Okay? And we also got clear energy blocks. So let's find that one. Let's see what we have here. I wish like the book was like tabbed with color codes. It'll be so much easier to find. It's just very difficult to find in this book. Shout out to the creator though, because it is a great deck otherwise. So it says clear energy blocks, activating the higher chakras. Your soul body consists of 7 energy centers that parallel your physical body and are the bridge between your spirit and the material world. These life force portals run vertically from the base of your spine to the top of your head. Dense energy can cause interference that blocks this energy system, preventing it from functioning properly. It is important to keep your lower 7 chakras balanced in order to raise your energetic frequency, which will open your soul star chakra, the gateway to your higher soul. Opening this energetic doorway unlocks your hidden truth, helping you align with your spiritual gifts. It also enhances your ability to communicate with spirit guides. This card recommends that you tune up your chakras on a regular basis. It will heighten your ability to keep your energy channels open, free and clear, which keep you connected to source energy. This will increase your energetic vibration so that your actions arise from an emotional frequency of love or above. that to me is act as if your partner is here, right? And that being in alignment with source is being in alignment with what source has already fated for you. And that's being in union with your twin, okay? Or your divine counterpart. So, yeah. Let's jump into a few messages and then we'll start getting into the tarot here in a little bit. This is, I forget what deck this is. This is the Manifest Soulmate Oracle. What are the messages here? Sometimes the strongest people in the morning are the people who cried all night. I'm really getting that, you know, you put on this brave face, you get up, and people don't know how strong that you are. They can sense your resilience. They can sense that you are a strong person, but the way you present yourself, you know, in the waking world is very, you know, under control, very contained. I'm getting for some of you, you may come across maybe aloof or even stoic, just maybe disconnected to the hardships of life. Like you just breeze through it somehow. But I do feel like for many of you, there is this understanding and this perception or knowing that you are someone who is strong and has been through things. But at night, that's when you're able to let your guard down. That's when you talk to God. That's when you talk to Source. I want to cry right now. That's when you talk to Source and you just bear it all out and you release it and let it go. And I can't say I love that for you, but I do love that for you because that's the only way you're able to get back up the next day and the next day and the next day and keep facing the things. Hold on for a second, y'all. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, I got a little emotional there and we had to take 5 for a second. So the other card we have here, it says, try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. And I feel like that's what you do. Like, again, you get up and people know that you've been through things. People know that you're strong and you're resilient and you still put on this brave face and you still impart inspiration into people's lives on a daily basis. You encourage people. You try to empower people. You have this glow of optimism. Like you are very much a glass half full type of person and looking towards the horizon for the best, being positive, you know, having a positive outlook. And that's how you're able to have positive outcomes because your outlook is positive and people see that. And you are the rainbow. Okay. Even if you're having a cloudy day, you are the rainbow. You bring the rainbow to yourself and you bring the rainbow to others. But I also feel like God is saying, or the Source is saying that, you know, it would be nice if people did that for you. And I think you have people around you who can do that. And even if you don't, you do it for yourself. But, you know, we need a community of people who can do that for you sometimes, because we're not always 100% ourselves. If we're at 80 or 70 or 60 or even 40, we need someone else who can pour in and, you know, make up that deficit for that day or for that moment, you know, or that time that you cross paths with that person. Because it could be briefly just being at a restaurant and the waiter or the waitress, you know, gives you something that brightens your day, says something, or does some type of kind gesture that really brightens your day. It's just little kind gestures that, you know, we all need sometimes. And yeah, so let's get one more. What other messages? We got 2 more. So it says, start reclaiming who you truly are. Some of you may have been feeling lost about who you are, or had people try to diminish you or confuse you or try to try to tell you who you are, try to make you believe different things about yourself that wasn't true. And so, because it doesn't say to start being who you truly are, it says to reclaim. And I think you've always known that, like, that you are that rainbow that brings that happiness and that joy and that color into other people's lives. And someone tried to take that away from you, or people have tried to take that away from you. Trying to, like, even snuff it out of you, like beat it out of you, betray it out of you, or criticize it out of you. Like, I don't know. It's time to reclaim that. And again, that's act as if your partner is here. Reclaim who you truly are. And once you align with yourself, that's when, the universe gets a signal. It's like this broadcast signal where the universe is like, oh, there they are. There they are. They're back online. Now I can send, their person. I can send those people who are going to be that, supplement to them on those cloudy days, who can put some rainbow back into their lives. All right. And then we have here, you want a person who comes into your life by accident but stays on purpose. Amen to that. Because someone who you happen across and it's like, oh, wow, I didn't expect that. But there's something about them that makes you say, I definitely want that person in my life. I definitely would love to interact or share or collaborate, because this person is someone special. And I see that rainbow in them. I see how they bring the rainbow to others. I see their positive outlook. All right. And being on a twin flame journey is a choice. Like, you have to consciously choose to work on yourself. And even if you're not on a twin flame journey or twin flame path, the journey to your higher self requires you to choose yourself every single day, choosing to be authentically yourself and reclaiming who you are every single day. It is the only way to stay in alignment with what Source, the Spirit, has for you on that highest timeline in walking your path. Okay? So, let's get into, we will save the twin flame oracles till last. And then we're going to do some singles and relationship oracles as well. But let's get into the tarot. What are the messages here for the Divine Feminine? Holy Divine Spirit, messages for Divine Feminines. What are the messages that they need to know? What is your overall energy? We have the Princess of Cups. You're in this energy of, for some of you, your gifts coming online, your gifts opening up. You could have had, because I didn't share this card, but it says the hottest love has the coldest end. Right? You could have been in a situation where there was a lot of passion, a lot of chemistry, and the fire burned. Okay, like you two could have been really pulled towards each other in a very, intensified way. Which, okay, twin flame. That's very much that's that initial spark, and that's that awakening to this is very much something different that I'm used to. But while it burned hot, there's a lot of drama and chaos that can ensue in those connections, and it'll burn out just as fast and go cold. The flame goes cold. And so you may be coming out of some type of ending, or a period of, being in solitude and really trying to get back to yourself, and opening up your heart in a very, innocent way. Just my personal experience over the last year, a very, very, very rough year as far as love goes, on my journey. And one of my prayers was, you know, Most High, please allow my heart to stay open. I did not want my heart to go hard. I did not want my heart to be, blocked off completely, where it's like you don't trust anyone. That trust, right? You don't trust anyone. You're not open to love at all. I wanted that inner child to still have that imagination and that wonder and that light feeling that comes with new love and the beginnings of love and what love looks like and what love could look like. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you are in that stage right now on your journey, whether you're in separation or you're looking to connect with a counterpart or your flame. This could indicate some type of mending of bridges, some type of olive branch when it comes to your twin flame or your divine counterpart. What else do we have as far as your overall energy? Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're in this very creative space of reclaiming who you truly are. Okay, reclaiming that fire within yourself, reclaiming your sexiness, your confidence, your ability to create, and attract and magnetize things. Okay, even the Queen of Wands, she is even intuitive to a large degree, because in the traditional Waite tarot card, you'll see her with a black cat, which is often associated with like witchcraft or magic or something like that. But this is very magical type energy because it's fire, it's inspiration, and it's just magnetic, where you are able to create, and you're trying to create from a place of remaining open emotionally, using your imagination, stepping back into this innocence of who you are. And that's very dynamic. Okay, people recognize that. What's in your environment right now? We have the Prince of Disc, some type of slow moving energy, moving slowly, methodically, practically, in a very grounded way towards something. Making some type of judgment call here. This could again be someone coming towards you, who has awakened to something here. You're recognizing how strong you've have had to be, how far you've come as well. Being very resilient, resistant, that goes with that. Sometimes the strongest people in the morning are the people who cried all night. You're battle worn. You've had to make some very strong judgments against others and yourself. What's coming towards you? The Empress. You are stepping into that Empress energy, that divine feminine energy, that Empress with the Queen of Wands. Baby, that is all types of creativity. That is all types of talent, abundance, wealth, prosperity, fertility. Some of you may, even be creating something, whether that's a baby, like a real life baby, human life, or some type of project, some type of new beginning. It's very abundant what it is. The Queen of Cups. Oh, you are embodying all the queens, aren't you? So we've got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Empress. Your intuition, super heightened, okay? Super heightened. You've worked hard through some type of awakening, some type of dark night of the soul, where you're crying yourself to sleep at night and getting back up and remaining very resilient, very optimistic, bringing the rainbow into other people's lives, even when you feel like things are shattering for you. Okay, trusting in yourself. We saw trust, right? Trusting in yourself. You're clearing out those energy blocks, going through and making sure your chakras are aligned and open and functioning. Your heart space is open. You're able to see clearly with your mind's eye. You're speaking your truth with your throat chakra. With the solar plexus, you are, in a healthy place of ego. You're not in your ego that is egoistic or egotistical, rooted so you can be aligned with what God and what source has for you, in your sacral energy, in your sacral chakra, being able to create from a place of rootedness, from truth, and from a very open heart space, doing the things that you love. All right. That Queen of Cups also remaining compassionate, compassionate with yourself, forgiving yourself, okay, for just the mistakes that you made and the things that you didn't know previously, and learning the lessons as it comes to that. What else? The Four of Swords. Yeah, you're just in this healing. Oh, lots of healing, lots of repair, lots of quietness and stillness, okay? What is your advice? Death. Allowing endings to happen so things can be transformed and rebirthed into something new. It's like you're shedding old skins. See how she's shedding here? Allowing things to end in order for there to be a new beginning. And trusting that, again, where was that things are moving, that there's more going on that meets the eye. It doesn't, like, like when you're in the thick of the storm, all you can see in front of you is the rain, the clouds, right? You can just see the bad, turbulent weather. But you don't know, as you keep moving forward, even like driving. And I'll give you an example. There was one time I was coming home from work and it was raining cats and dogs, like heavy rain just coming down. And it was almost like a line was drawn in the street where you passed through and it was complete sun. It was the strangest, I guess, miracle. I wouldn't call it a miracle, but like, I don't know the word is escaping me right now, but it was just like, that is like, for me, it was one of the thoughts that I had was, there's no one that can convince me there's not a God, that there's not a divine intelligence that controls all of this to some degree. Okay, like that, like you can't convince me otherwise, because what was that? Complete pouring and like crossing the line, like literally stepping over a line, and it was dry and it was complete sunshine. So my point is, things are moving and being orchestrated in the background. So when you're in the storm, that's all you see is the rain, the bad weather, the debris flying. Okay, but as you keep driving and keep moving, you don't see that down the road there's sunshine and birds chirping and kids playing in the field, like in butterflies. You don't see that, but things are happening. Just allowing the endings. Okay, what other advice do you have? The Nine of Disc. That's that pre-Empress energy. Your advice is to embrace your independence, embrace your autonomy, embrace your ability to be self-sufficient, stepping into this energy of knowing how to create abundance and attracting that abundance towards you. Okay? Under the deck, you have the King of Wands and the Lovers. There's a choice about love from a King of Wands. The King of Wands to the Queen of Wands. Because, see, once you do all of these things, that's when that counterpart shows up. This is a divine match. The King and Queen of Wands. With the Lovers in between. A choice. Yeah, he's coming towards you once you, and that's fairness, the Justice under the card, under there, and the Wheel of Fortune. It's coming, but you have to do this work. You have to allow the endings, so there can be some type of rebirth. All right, let's see what's blocking you right now. What is blocking the Divine Feminine right now? What is blocking the Divine Feminine right now? Sex only. Sex only. It says either you or your partners only want sex, except that it's okay or reach for more. I think that's just some of that carnal energy that, you know, comes with not recognizing that we are spiritual beings, and not that spiritual beings aren't allowed to have sex, because we most certainly are. That's how we create life. But it can't be the only focus, and especially if you're like connecting to people who that's their main focus, that passion, right? Remember I was saying that the hottest love has the coldest end. Things burn really passionately, and that's usually those sex-based carnal type connections where there's more, like, yeah, I love it, but there's more to this, right? There's more to life. Like, we can't just sit around like rabbits and all the time. Like, how do we connect on a deeper spiritual level? How do we align our paths in a way that we are fulfilling our purposes and raising the frequency around us, not just within ourselves, but around us as well, being an example of what that high vibrational love looks like, not just that low vibrational sex-based connection. All right. We also have too busy. It says you use being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. So for some of you, you know, what may be blocking you is the fact that you are focused on your material world, get into the bag, building some type of business, which all of that is great, but what does community look like for you? So earlier I was saying we have to have a community of people who can pour back into us, but you have to be able to pour into others as well and make time for that. So what else may be blocking? Feel unloved and incomplete. So feel unloved says you deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. That's that clouds, right? That rainbow in the clouds person, being seen. Someone pouring into you. You're not always pouring into them, okay? When you feel depleted, how much percentage can they put back into you to make you feel full again? And then we have incomplete. You want someone who completes you, but you need to be whole on your own. So that is, what did we say? Act as your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. You have to be whole on your own, and you have to be present in your own body feeling complete. That's that Nine of Pentacles energy here. That's that Empress energy, knowing your worth, knowing your value, shedding those old beliefs with the Death card that you have to have someone to complete you. No, you are complete on your own. You have to feel complete and whole and sovereign and walk in your own autonomy and independence on your own. Understanding that this life is yours. This path, this journey is very individualized and you have to do it on your own. But feeling complete in that aloneness, being by yourself, knowing that there is a counterpart out there that is able to match that feeling of wholeness if you are already whole. You can't feel incomplete or think, I have a job or I have a booming career. I've done well for myself. I have a home. I have, I have cars. I have nice clothes. I've got money in the bank. I have all these things, but all I need now is someone to complete me and then my life will be complete. No, your life is already complete. Self-love is enough. Knowing that you have a connection here with Source and the people around you should be enough. The icing on the cake, though, however, the cherry on top, is finding that counterpart who can meet you there. All right. So those are your blockages. Let's get some twin flame messages and then we'll wrap it up. What does the divine feminine need to know? Please, Spirit. What does the divine feminine need to know? Mirroring, reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicity abounds. So yeah, there's a mirroring going on with you and your twin, or you and the people that you're meeting. We have beliefs, similar or clashing belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. There could be like beliefs that are keeping you separate from someone or your counterpart. If you're here, you're probably more than likely on some type of unconventional or non-traditional spiritual path. It's not to say that people that consider themselves, part of a particular religious sect can't be here, but you're more than likely unconventional in your belief system or value system when it comes to spirituality, if you're here watching this. And so that could be something that's getting in the way as well. We have home, cozy, warm, secure. You feel at home with each other. So there could be, someone that you were connected to where you felt this way, or someone that comes in, that counterpart. Once you get to that place of wholeness and feeling whole on your own, integrating that shadow side of yourself where, you're no longer, it's not to say that you're not going to be triggered. We're always going to be triggered, but knowing how to handle your triggers in a way where that mirroring effect doesn't cause explosions within a connection, then your counterpart can show up. We have ascend, expansion, evolution, universal intelligence, stay connected to spirit. So I think that's self-explanatory. Going through that death and that rebirth, awakening, transcending that dark night of the soul, and just ascending so you can get on your timeline for meeting your counterpart or coming back into union with your counterpart. You have compromise, mutual understanding, flexibility, give and take brings rewards. So there needs to be some give and take. Again, try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud, and then it says, you want a person who comes into your life by accident but stays on purpose. Like, it's intentional. It's like, I choose you. I wake up every day and I choose you. But you have to be willing to compromise. You have to be flexible and understanding that your needs have to be met, but you have someone on the other side of that whose needs need to be met as well. You have a no card here, and it says the answer to your question is no. So if you're asked whatever question that you may be asking, is my partner coming back? this year, or whatever your question happens to be, the answer right now is no. There's more work to be done, okay? And then it's followed by union. And it says reconciliation, eternal love, your time has come. So once you've done the work, there's union on the table. Spirit promises you union, but the work has to be complete. So that is what I have for you, all of my beautiful divine feminines. I do hope it resonates. I hope you found something that brings you, some type of comfort on your journey. And if it does resonate for you, please do like and subscribe if you have not already. Don't forget to hit that bulb. Don't forget to hit that bell so you can get some personalized notifications for when I do upload. And I will see you next time.